Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School, and I wanted to throw something out here real quick that I hope you'll take in the spirit that it's intended. This is not a statement that is meant to be in any way, derogatory toward anybody, any celebrity, any particular person, Beyonce or anybody else. I saw a little bit of Beyonce's new film about HBCUs, and I thought it was great. I thought it was an excellent tribute to HBCUs. I think that she and Jay-Z just, are really evolving in terms of their commitment to the community, and I think that's excellent. One of the things I would like to see, if possible, this would really be an opportunity, I think, is HBCUs need money, right? They need lots of money. And a lot of people have kind of thrown Bill Cosby under the bus, maybe for good or bad reason, right? Maybe you feel like he's guilty, maybe not. That's not so much the issue right now. But while people might throw Bill Cosby under the bus, here's one thing that Bill Cosby did that nobody else has done. Not Beyonce, not anybody else. Bill and his wife Camille, 30 years ago actually, in the 80s, gave, I think, $20 million to Spelman College. $20 million to make sure Spelman was good financially. Now, if you go and you were to search HBCU endowments ranked, let me see here, HBCU endowments ranked. Let me see here. The top 10 HBCU endowments, according to HBCUmoney.com, looking at this list, Howard is number 1 and Spelman is number 2. So Spelman, as a result, largely because of the donation that Bill and Camille made many years ago, has been able to be one of the few HBCUs that's financially secure. If you want to know the ranking, Howard's number 1, Spelman, Hampton, Meharry Medical College, Florida A&M, Tennessee State, University of the Virgin Islands, didn't know this HBCU, North Carolina A&T, Texas Southern, and Virginia State University. So here's the thing. So as you look at these endowments, let me make sure I'm looking at this. Okay. If you look at these endowments and you look at, the amount of money these schools have, their donors are very, very important. And Cosby and Camille understood that. And so as they made their money as celebrities, they went out of their way to really do a lot to boost the economic viability of these schools, to make sure they were economically whole, or to make sure that the schools that they chose were beneficiaries of their presence. And the other thing about that $20 million donation is that $20 million 30 years ago is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if you adjust for inflation, I believe it's almost double now, like almost $30 to $40 million. It's a lot more money. It would take a lot more now to give that same amount to do what Cosby and Camille did. Now, again, if you're going to talk about Bill Cosby, whether you think he's a good guy, bad guy, innocent, or guilty, you got to factor that in, because you got to factor in everything a person does, not just the bad stuff and not just the good stuff, right? So with that said, even though I love what Beyonce did with the documentary, I would love to see if some celebrities could do more. If I were a celebrity of that magnitude, I would do the same thing. If I had that kind of money, I would do the same thing. And I've given money to schools. I just can't. I don't have $20 million. If I have it, though, if I get it, shoot, I'll make some things happen. Anyway, I would love for Beyonce and Jay-Z. This is my appeal to them. I don't know them. I have not met them. I met Beyonce's tour manager, who spent 3 hours on the phone convincing me that Jay-Z was a good guy, even though at that time Jay-Z wasn't rapping like a person who cared about black people. But he's changed his tune since then. I must give him credit for that. So I believe him now. My opinion on Jay-Z has evolved. But if I was in their shoes, one of the things I would consider doing, or if I were next to them, I would consider telling them, like, hey, I think a great epic thing you could do that would literally be transformative for the next 10 generations. I'm talking about something that can impact children that are born in the year 2100, is get together with your celebrity friends and just say, we are determined to find a way to raise $50 million. We're going to match Bill Cosby's donation to Spelman. We're going to double it, right? And we're going to call all of our friends, because Beyonce and Jay-Z, they know everybody. They know everybody from Oprah to whomever. Now think about this. Oprah is worth $3 or $4 billion. I don't know what her rate of return on her investments is, but I'd be willing to bet you Oprah makes $250 million a year. So you're talking about maybe a couple of months income for Oprah, right? You're not talking about a lot of money for somebody like that, but it doesn't even have to fall on Oprah. They could just use their star power. If Oprah and Beyonce and all their black friends, who will tell you now it's kind of in vogue to love black people, which is good. And finally, we're making progress. We got black celebrities who aren't scared of black people. That's good. That's good. They're coming out the closet now. If they got together and just said, we're going to do a fundraiser, we're going to ask the public, we're going to use our star power in the public to get the public to help us raise that $50 million. You wouldn't even have to write a check, Oprah. The public would write the checks for you. The public would do it for you. So again, with the controversy with Oprah and the tear down of Michael Jackson, which I thought was unfortunate. Honestly, I thought it was despicable. I thought it was very sad. I don't know if Oprah would be on board, but given that Beyonce was, bumping with the HBCU bands and everything else, I assume that she sees the value of HBCUs. And I'm not going to speak on what she might be doing behind the scenes, but I do know, one thing we do know for sure is that HBCUs do not have what they need. We know that they do not have the funding that they need. And we do know that there's a whole lot of black star power, a whole lot of black wealth out there, a whole lot of black money out there being dropped on Gucci and Lamborghinis and mansions and whatever. I mean, Michael Jackson used to spend 15, 20 million a month just on silly things that he bought from white people. Can you imagine if he just, taken some of those big expenditures and just said, instead of buying this purple statue of a giraffe, I'm going to take that money and put it into educating black children? Am I crazy for thinking this? Is something wrong with me? Because it seems so clear to me. It seems just abundantly clear. It's as clear to me as this blue jacket is. I don't see why this is controversial. I don't see why this is confusing to anybody. We could save our HBCUs overnight if the celebrities just got together and said, we're all going to go on a website and we're all going to do little videos and ask people to give to a fund that's going to raise a quick $50 million for our kids. Maybe it requires a change in thinking. Maybe we are accustomed to our oppressors taking care of us like we're kids. I don't know. But either way, I think it's time that we consider a new strategy. Okay, so I'm publicly asking Beyonce, Jay-Z, and all their friends, not just Beyonce. I'm not putting this on Beyonce. So if you're part of the Beehive, don't be coming up here getting mad like, oh, you asking Beyonce to do something. Who the hell you think you is? No. It ain't got to be Beyonce. Beyonce, Jay-Z, call up Barack Obama and Michelle. Call up Michelle, probably made $100 million from the book. Call up everybody. Get about your most famous 50 friends and get all 50 of those people to write a check for $1 million. Or $500,000 or 100,000, right? And then have them all make an appeal to the public to say, we must save our HBCUs, please give. I'll show up and I'll write a check. I can't write a Beyonce size check, but I can write a check. I can write a little check. I can do my part, right? And most people watching the video, if you are a person who would do your part, just say something in the comments. Just say, I would do my part too. And I think that if all of us just do our part, we can save our damn schools. We don't need somebody else paying the money to get our babies educated. Those are our children. When your children are hungry, that's your fault. When your children ain't getting what they need, that is your fault. When your kids can't get the basic necessities to get by and your institutions are crumbling, that is your fault. That's our fault. My fault. We're all doing this, right? So this is our fault and it's our responsibility. I think that something can be done. So if the Beyoncés of the world want my help and they want my guidance, I have a PhD in finance. I'd be happy to lend support free of charge, give you some advice on how to do it. I advise celebrities behind the scenes sometimes. It's fine. It's not a problem. I'll be glad to do that. But I think somebody's got to do something. So again, we got a lot of people that will be quick to hate on Bill Cosby. They'll use a tweet to hate on Bill Cosby, but won't use a tweet to convince people to go give to an HBCU. If given that Cosby, do we really, again, even if you hate Cosby, do you really want it known that the man that you hate the most, or one of the men you hate the most, outdid all of y'all on supporting your institutions? That him and his wife alone did more than about our 100 most giving celebrities put together? It's kind of embarrassing, don't you think? So anyway, that's it. I'm done talking. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm out of here. If you want to learn about financial literacy, stuff like that, feel free to go to theblackbusinessschool.com, theblackbusinessschool.com. It's right behind me. Or you can also go to blackfinancialintelligence.com. That's blackfinancialintelligence.com. Let's be financially woke, financially conscious, financially intelligent. That's the power of our people. That's what's going to make us great. Hit the thumbs up button too. I'll see you soon. Peace.